Wallow Cobra, baby. Wallow Cobra, crazy, you didn't know. CH, nigga. I'm a folk corner hustler. I'm an all-right land eagle, crazy, that's what I am. Oh, chain to the brain, unknown to the bone. I'm a motherfucking almighty imperial gangster. IG's, what? What's up? We are stars. On your dead right, nigga. Oh, that crazy fool, AG, all good. Oh, wow. Insane name, bro. I'm a SD, Saint Disciple, big old D. Future Spanish Lord, bro, you know what I'm saying? Motherfucking Simon City Raw, nigga. Oh, y'all. 2-6, nigga. You slow. Fuck you!
.3 FM, WNUR, Underground Beyond Hip Hop. Yo, Risky Business in the building, EC Illa in the building. Gotta let us know real quick, y'all. Portions of WNUR's programming may be inappropriate for young or more sensitive listeners. WNUR feels this programming to be artistically and culturally significant and only plays music between the hours of 12 and 6 a.m. With us through WNUR Chicago Sun Experimental. It is DJ Deluge up in here. Check out my website, djdeluge.com. Also, we got a big show coming up tonight. My man Risky Business will be in the building doing his thing promptly at 8 o'clock.
Exactly.
Yes. At the Abbey Pub, 3420 West Grace. Let me let them know the lineup real quick before we get back with EC Illa here. We got Acrobatic, we got Juice, Iomas Marad, Erratic Static, Mass Hysteria, man, Black Collar, Dynamic Vibrations, yours truly, Risky Business, myself, DJ Ryan, Boogie B will be in the building as well. Man, it's going to be crazy up in there. Maker and K Cruz.
I will.
It's going to be a hell of a night. Be out there at the Abbey Pub, 3420 West Grace. That is going on tonight, Friday night. So definitely make sure you
already pre-ordered his tickets.
Yeah, you know the bogus thing about it, and I'm going to just say this real quick. The bogus thing about that pre-sale thing is the tickets are $14 at the door. The tickets are $12 in advance. If you buy them online in advance,
then it's like a $7 charge.
Right. So you know what? Just come to the door and get the ticket. It's cheaper, and get your $3 312s on all night long. You know what I'm saying? All right, Risky, EC Illa, take it away. Get back into the interview. We got a lot of questions. What up, Preach? And what up to Carl out there on the north side? Big ups, man.
Also, what up to Side Effects, Dave from Brookfield, Rap Addict 22.
That's what's up.
And I'm getting y'all questions, Joe. So we're going to try to incorporate some of these questions into the interview. You know, hopefully I can get everybody's inquiries answered.
That's why I'm quiet. Well, check this out. I got to ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
We just turn that beat nuts down, man.
Are we too loud? There we go.
Thank you, dog.
Oh, I'm hot, isn't it? I'm sorry. I'm hot in there.
All right, talk to me.
All right, listen. What you be about? Gangster is all get out. Gangster is how.
Okay.
But give me the story on this song, because it's an interesting story. And okay, let me tell you. I was on YouTube today, and by the way, on the message boards, EC has videos, and we're about to get into this, but they want the videos on YouTube.
Yeah, I bet they do.
They want them on YouTube.
Gotta drop that dub, man.
They're all like, where's the On Ill video? Because, man, there was a time when it was on the box and everybody could just order it and everybody was calling and everybody was watching that.
All right, well, let's get to how What You Be About came to be, and a lot of that has to do with Illa LP coming into existence. So me and Wicked Entertainment, we have a relatively good experience putting out the Live from the Ill. We put out a cassette single with the title track on there. We're passing out cassettes, freely, and getting the buzz going. I performed at, I remember a show I did at the Rainbow Push Coalition, me and D.A. Smart, and
Yay.
I promise you, dog, in retrospect, my white ass got up there, and I really didn't even think twice about none of it. You know
Yeah,
what
of
I mean?
course. He was just doing hip hop.
And I think that's really that ended up getting me real far. That this shit was not only the rapping, but just street life in general was very second nature to me. And so I think people drew off that it really wasn't about any of that. It was about this gangster rap and this hardcore hip hop that I was putting out. You know what I mean? So I was able to keep the focus where I felt it should be and it needed to be. Without trying. It wasn't a conscious effort. So here we are. We're out south. We're out west. We're doing these shows and holding the
47th
walls.
Street, right?
And the hole in the walls, dog. You know what I mean? And we getting the buzz going. And it's time to follow it up. And at this time, dog, I was very aware of following it up.
Yeah.
The independent game really wasn't it wasn't set up in a way where people were putting out products so quickly. That came later with Master P and that whole generation of rap. But I was very, very in tune with knowing I had to keep the momentum going. You know what I mean? That there was a real issue as far as I was concerned with being consistent. So I was really ready to get in and record a new album. And so we decided, I was working on the beats day and night in my house. At this point I did all my own production. And Toxic comes over to the crib. He's got a sample from me, he wants me to hear. It's the bass line. It ends up being the bass line to On Ill. So I'm sitting there making the beat and we're working on it. And
classic.
And I'm like, okay, this is gonna be the single. This is, and I mean, it has, commercially speaking, it has nothing.
Yeah.
It doesn't resemble a single at all. But on the independent hip hop level, the single was the best song. This was gonna be the best song on the album. And I was gonna make a video for it. Now, granted, I had never made a video before. Making a video was a huge deal. I mean, you're talking about having to get film, having to find a place to edit film.
Yeah.
All this is on film. There is no digital nothing. So everything is
No camcorders.
Everything is a big pain in the ass. You know what I mean? But it was good because it made your skin thick.
Yeah.
When things became easier, it almost became too easy. And it's kind of part of the reason that I don't fully respect. I mean, I listen to music on an individual basis, and if people make good music, that's cool. But I know a lot of these cats, though, they got a real.
Well, cats are doing it minus
easy.
stripes.
Yeah, they make it in the crib. You know what I mean? They make a video.
In the crib.
Right, and you get everything at Best Buy, and that's cool. And I mean, if you make good music like that, love. But there's some, you gotta get some dirt under your fingernails, G. Or you just don't really know what you're doing. And I think ultimately it affects how people respect your music. But not to get off track.
Yeah.
We go, I'm working on it. We decide, okay, we're gonna buy 72 hours of studio time. But we're gonna blow it in one wad. We're gonna go to the studio and record the album in the 72 hours. We're not going to use it 4 hours at a time, 8-hour increments. We're going to sleep there. We're going to stay there. This is at Chicago Tracks Studio before R. Kelly was involved.
Okay.
Right there in Boys Town. It was a good studio. I had to go, Joe.
Yeah.
But I remember one time we was in the middle of recording the LLP, and we didn't really know what time it was. We had been staying up day and night for like 2 days straight, and I was eating microwave burritos, and I was smoking a lot of reefer. You know what I mean? So I come out, it's like I'm thinking it's like early, maybe 7 in the morning.
Yeah.
But it really is afternoon, and me and Frank from Weekend Entertainment, we walked dead out into the gay pride parade. Like you couldn't see because the windows were black, so you couldn't see in or out. And so I'm recording Illa LP.
And you walk out and it's
dead out into it, like it's right there on the sidewalk and everything, and they're hyped up, they're feeling themselves. You know what I mean? And I'm like,
you look at Frank, what
I'm
you
like,
be
fuck,
about?
we trying to get a taco at Taco Burrito Palace, man. It was the longest 2 blocks I ever walked, I promise you, G.
Oh my God.
So we record the album in the 72 hours, you know what I mean? It's a
That's
lot.
Iron Man. That's
it's
Iron
a lot
Man
of
recording.
it's a, you know, not to sound too rock and roll esque, but it was a lot of sex and it was a lot of drugs and a lot of burritos. And we was just in there, you know what I mean, making a Chicago classic. We even knew even then, you know what I mean, and not to pat myself on the back too much, but we knew we was making a classic, you know what I mean. I mean, there, Riot.
It is, because you can sit there and say On Ill you felt was the best song, but I can tell you, I can bring in 10 kids that own that record, and every one of them is going to have a favorite song that's going to be different from the next.
What You Be About, Mating Ritual.
What You Be About, Mating Ritual.
Yeah, so we, you know what I mean? We
hit after hit.
Now, hey, let me clarify something about Mating Ritual, because I've had people come up to me and they was asking about, you know,
genius song.
I Used to Love Her, and Common and Mating Ritual being similar in concept.
No,
well, really it's not. Mine is the ghetto version and him is the pretty boy version.
If I'm not correct, he was at that session or something.
Yeah, well, you know, I'm not implying anything like that.
Not.
However, the song was recorded, if not before, definitely at the same time in separate parts of the city.
Yeah.
And just trust me on this one. By no means have I ever been influenced to the point of imitating any Common music. You know what I mean? Hats off to him. I'm highly impressed with the longevity of his career. You know what I mean? Dude does good things, you know.
Yeah.
But that's not what I was on. So I just wanted to clarify that, because I've heard that from time to time. And, you know, it's always harder when you have the underground hit and he's got the classic, you know, major label released hit. You know,
I have heard that's something that's been in the streets for a long time.
So I wanted to make mention of that. But so we make it. We got this album. We're getting the CDs pressed up. And we got, you know, what I believe is going to be the single, On Ill. Meanwhile, while we're kind of mapping out how we're going to do the video, we decide we need promotional cassette singles, get the buzz going.
Okay.
And we make these black cassette singles, all black. And y'all know, some of y'all older folks remember, all black with the gray writing, EC, What You Be About, Devastate. And we released the two songs that we felt at that time was the more hardcore songs for the streets, you know. So we released the two, and boom. Snowball effect, you know what I mean? To where record stores are calling us, and this is actually very similar time to when Seawall is getting off the ground, and they just released the Poe Pimp cassette single. It's actually shortly after I did the What You Be About. So we, in general, Ill State had this idea of, you know, flooding the streets with promotional material, stickering. I mean, we had sticker campaigns, dog. Sticker campaigns. That
a couple years ago, I walked into Pontiac and saw the bartender wearing an EC Live from the Ill t-shirt.
I'm saying.
Still, promotion.
So we was on it, you know what I mean? We was really on it. And it was, you know, and I'm not implying that it would even work nowadays. Nowadays, it's a
different animal.
Yeah. The game is saturated and, you know, everybody can do everything. But at that point, you know, we were making matchbooks.